Hello and welcome to Chaos. We have had lots and lots of questions about the 9 little fluff balls that you may or may not be able to see behind me. And so we thought we would do an extra video, and introduce you to the kittens, and introduce you to this new space, and introduce you to their tents. Where should we start?
Let's start with where we are, because this is not our building site, obviously. It's very nice here.
It's very nice. What have we been missing for the last 3 years?
Some of the lovely people that we know have agreed to allow us to use this room to house the kittens so that they are safe and we can keep it clean and tidy, and so that this madness is not going on in a building site. So thank you, loveliest of lovely people. It's very much appreciated.
Yes, you know who you are, and we cannot thank you enough. This is a much better environment for us and for the little furry monsters. And so in this video, we're going to introduce you to these guys. We'll tell you their names and we'll tell you a little bit about them. And we'll kind of do a quick recap and bring you up to speed on what's happened, where they came from, why we have so many of them, and what we're going to be doing with them in the coming weeks and months. So we're going to be doing a few of these extra videos about the kittens. They will be in addition to our normal weekly programming. So if you're not into cat stuff, then don't worry. There will still be plenty of other making, doing, growing, renovation, gardening, that kind of stuff. But because we've had a lot of questions, and because it is a big part of our current living situation, we thought we would bring you some of the fun as well. So it's going to be a bit like the Ask series we did. We'll do a few videos where we answer some questions and just show you some cute kitten action. So if you do have questions about these guys or about keeping kittens in general, then do ask away and we'll see if we can address some of those. Because we have learned a lot about cats over the last few weeks. We already have cats, but we've never had kittens this young before, and it is a little bit different, and there has been lots of frantic Googling and trying to work things out. So maybe we can share some of that knowledge with you as well. So I think a good place to start is how this all came to be.
We have some lovely neighbours, and they have some cats themselves, but then they also have a load of stray cats that have decided that that is the perfect place to have kittens. So initially we were asked if we would like 4 kittens that had been found from we don't know who, we don't know the mum situation. And then subsequent to that, another 5, which is how we got this 9, were living in the back garden with the mum. And subsequent to that, another 8 kittens have been found in a shed, which we had to say, no, we can't take any more. So they are all litters from strays. There is a rather large stray cat problem in Portugal. Strays become either abandoned through, I guess, old age, or they run away, I don't know, or they're often dumped. So we have a not our cat, and he is quite tame and domesticated, but he doesn't live with anyone in the village, but he comes and mostly lives with us, but does definitely go away for some weekends and then come back. But there's quite a few cats like that. No one owns them, but multiple people feed them, and the result is none of them are sterilised, and so kittens happen. So we have 9 kittens, we believe from 2 separate mothers. There are another 8 kittens which, if we can rehome some of these, we could potentially take them on and do the same thing. But my biggest concern, and the thing that we're going to spend a lot more time on now that we've got a bit more of a kitten routine, is the sterilisation of all of the strays that we can get hold of and take to the vet. And we've had many discussions with the vet about how we can do this. And so that's kind of the next step of this, is first, get the kittens and make sure that they're cared for, and then move on to sterilising the adults as well as the kittens.
Yeah, so these are not the kittens of our neighbour's cat. These kittens were brought to us by our neighbour's son. He's a 14-year-old boy who loves animals, and he wanted to make sure that these cute little munchkins weren't just left to fend for themselves and potentially have a rather short lifespan. So he brought them to us and asked if we would adopt them, the first 4, and because we took them in and looked after them and continued to be in touch with him, He then came back like a week later with 5 more. And so we're very much working with the neighbours to solve some of the immediate problem, but also solve the bigger long-term issue as well. So that's the backstory. But the short version is we've got 9 kittens. They're very, very cute. And we're definitely more in control of the whole situation now. To begin with, it was crazy. And there was so much poop, and so much laundry, and so much food. There's still so much food. But we're definitely much more in control of things. And the kittens have really come on leaps and bounds in just the last 2 weeks. They have almost doubled or maybe even tripled in size, some of them, and they're running around like crazy. They're very healthy. We've got them on special kitten food. We've been to the vet and we've had a whole load of medications for fleas and worms and influenza and some other things as well. So they're all doing really well.
So before these guys came along, we had 2 cats. One of those has since passed away, and so we have 1 left. For those cats, we have a naming convention, which is a nut theme. So we had pistachio and we have coconut. The cocoa is the one you might have seen recently on the videos. Our cat also has a nut name. He's a walnut. We call him Wally. So for the first 4, we stuck with a nut theme. This is Tiger, after the tiger nut. So when Tiger came to us, he was very loud. And if you saw the previous video, he was like a little squeaker. But he has acclimatized, calmed down. He's very energetic, but he is super sweet, very affectionate.
He purrs like a tiger.
Yeah, and he loves coming up and climbing around the back and climbing on my head. He's really sweet. And then we have, this is another one that has changed a lot in the last 2 weeks. This is our cola nut. Cola. Okay, we'll go here. Okay? She's also super affectionate. When she's not running around like a crazy, she likes to climb into my jumper and then fall asleep in there. It's very sweet. They're all interplaying and learning the boundaries. Hey, you're going to be famous, aren't you? Hey?
So Cola is a girl, but
Cola
Tiger
is-
is a boy.
Yes. Oh, see, isn't she sweet? She's very, very affectionate. Hey? Yes, okay. And then we have 2 fluffy ones. Oh. So this is Maca, for the macadamia nut. He's my favourite. No, he's your favourite. That we have 2 favourites.
But there is no favouritism.
There's no favouritism. They are all equally loved. He's one of the first ones to crawl up at night and have a little snooze. Oh, it's a camera. You don't like cameras, is it? Camera shy. Yeah, hop up here. Come on. There you go. Show me your beautiful face. Look at that eyeliner. Hey.
And who is this guy?
And this is the other fluff ball. This is Ginger, after Ginger Nut, which is actually a biscuit in the UK, but nut themed. He's also very sweet. You want to go up there with your brothers? Go on. Ginger's out of there.
So that was the first 4, and it's amazing how much their kind of personalities have come out even in just a couple of weeks. They're almost mini cats now, and they really do have, slightly different temperaments, but they're all very active and incredibly curious and super sweet. But then there was 5 more, and we kind of ran out of good nut names, so we switched to a different naming convention, and we decided to go for Legumes, because there are loads of them, and there's some really good ones.
So this is Mr. Pinto, the Pinto bean. He is another super sweet. He was very, very, very shy when we first got him, almost to the point of running away all the time, or just sitting and being super still. But he has also developed personality.
And a bit of a wild side.
And he's quite rough, but he also loves a lot of attention. Perhaps not when this craziness is going on, but when it's sleeping time, he also just loves to come and curl up in the nook of my arm. Let's go up here, Mr. Pinto. You can see better. And I called him Mr. Pinto because he looks like he's wearing bow tie, tails.
Yeah, black tie.
Dressed for a night out. Hey, mister. So then we have the Peanut. And the Peanut is actually not a nut. Peanut, come on. I know you want to play with your friends. We need to have you on the camera. Okay, that's it for Peanut. He's beautiful as well. And then we have 3 girls. I have to look at their face to see which one it is. This is Lottie.
Is it?
Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
She's also super sweet.
But definitely holds her own with the boys.
Yeah, she's a little bit more calm than some of the others. Hey, aren't she? So she's a little bit more nervous about jumping off of things, but she'll get there. You want to come down? No? This is the Lima bean. Lima. She's a little bit of a wriggler. Hey? She's very independent, this one. She's often off doing things by herself. Aren't you?
Or chasing the boys.
Yeah, she's a fast runner. Okay, and this one is the last one. This one is soybean. So this is the one lots of people commented on. There was a couple of the kittens that had bad eyes. So she had the worst infected eye. It's almost gone now with the eye drops. Looking much better. Yeah, sit up there with your brother. Okay, don't. Sit up there. Hey? Okay.
They're not the most obedient things.
So it may have been a fleeting glimpse of some of them because they are busy playing at the moment, but that is all 9 of the kittens, I think. We get them all? Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think we did. So I think now we can answer some common questions, and then we'll kind of finish with what does the future hold for these little bundles of joy?
Should we address the tent?
Yeah. So we had 1 tent for the first 4, and then when we got the next lot, we were like, oh, that's not enough space for 9 kittens. So we got a second tent. So we now kind of put them side by side and they run through the whole thing. It's actually a puppy tent, and I think it's primarily used for when you're first taking puppies outside, so that you can put them in something but they're outside. But we use it for a kitten playground. Yeah, one was 35 and one was 40 euros we got them off of Amazon, because this kind of stuff isn't available anywhere near where we are.
So one of the cool things about these tents is they kind of fold up just like a human tent if you were going to go to a festival or something like that. And so we are able to pack it up really easily to take it outside, to shake it out for a clean, or to put it in the back of the car to take it back to our place. And they're really, really super simple, pretty durable. They've got like mesh doors and a mesh top as well, so you can completely kind of enclose them in, which we tend to do at night time. But we've been really, really pleased with these. So before this descends into absolute chaos, we should probably finish by talking about what is the plan for all of these guys, because as much as they are very cute, we are not able to keep them all, not all of them anyway. So let's talk about that.
So we have our heart set on 2 of them. The 2 fluffy ones, Macca and Ginger. There's quite a few others that I would happily keep, but we are going to try to rehome them all. We have 2 reserved already, which is excellent news, and they're ready to go out to our new home now. So they're due for their vaccinations, and we will be getting obviously our 2 vaccinated, and then any that stay with us beyond the next week or 2, then we'll get them vaccinated. And then anyone who wants one, they can either choose, we can get them vaccinated and microchipped and arranged, or they can take them and get that all done. So yes, if you're interested in any of them, there are 5 available. I will put down in the description, we'll just keep an update of who is still available, and any that we don't find homes for, I guess, get the lucky feature of staying with us until, well, forever, I guess.
We may need to have a conversation about that.
Well, if we can't find homes for them, we're not going to chuck them out on the doorstep. Well,
we haven't got a doorstep.
Well, yeah, exactly. But they do need to stay indoors for the first 6 months until their vaccination cycle is complete. And also that's at the point at the 5 to 6 month mark where we can get them sterilised. So anyone who stays with us, all of that will happen. Anyone who goes to a new home, then the new owners would be responsible for that. You know, get in fast because there's only 5.
Yeah, and then beyond this immediate kitten situation, we of course have the wider situation of trying to round up some of the strays in the area and try to get them sterilised. And a few people have already been in touch asking if they can donate, if they can give us something to help with this situation. And if you're the kind of person who does want to do something like that, we have set up something so that you can. There's a link in the description and you can go there and check out all the details.
So while all this kittenness is very cute, we do have to be serious about the underlying cause of the problem here, which is there is a load of strays, not just in our village, but everywhere. And there is a large need to sterilise all of those cats. And we want to be part of the solution, not just take in the kittens and hand them out and whatever, but actually start an initiative to trap, to sterilise and then release those cats. I'm hoping that when we build our carport structure, which is where all our solar panels are going to go, I'm going to create a little area there, and I'm not going to call it a cat sanctuary, but a zone where kittens can be when we find these litters, and where we can trap and then put a mum or a boy actually to sterilise them and then recover. Obviously, we're not doing the sterilising, but we have had many conversations with the vet, and he's going to help us with sedatives. They also have a humane trap that we can use to try and catch these cats, because some are quite tame, as in they actually come up to our tent, but some are really wild and really skittish, and we would struggle to get them food that we can then see when they've taken it. So there is a big need for it, and I'm hoping that we can work in our little community to start this initiative and get all the cats treated. There is a couple of other organisations that I'm aware of in the kind of Certain area. And so if we raise more funds than we immediately need, then I will be passing those funds over to, again, help the sterilisation in the wider area. And it's a really big problem. Anyone who's either been to Portugal or is Portuguese will let you know that it is a big problem. And we just want to do our part to solve the problem and integrate with the community and help the community, rather than just enjoy all the kitten fun, because the kitten fun will happen every year otherwise, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah, and so obviously there's costs like food and toys and cat tents and stuff like that. But the expensive stuff is trips to the vet and the sterilisation and stuff like that. So that's really what we're trying to raise funds for these kittens, for the adult cats in the area, but then also to pass on to local charities and organisations who specialise in this kind of stuff. So there is a link in the description. You can go and check out more details about all of that stuff. And us and the kittens will be really grateful for any support that you are able to give.
So this is the first in our, let's call it the Kitten Rescue series. But if you have any questions, and I had lots when we got these, and I spent many hours doing many hours of research. I actually even found some white papers on rescued kittens and some of the behavioural traits and how to deal with them. So if you have any questions, do put them down below, and we'll try to answer as many of those as possible. We'll probably just do another 3 or 4 videos, and then we'll try and get some kitten content into some of our other videos as well. But no promises there, because it's difficult.
So there we go. I think we will leave it there for now. We'll leave you with a little bit more kitten activity, but we will wrap this up, and we will see you probably back on the building site in the next video. So bye for now.
Bye-bye.